Hi there, wonderful awakening beings and spiritual souls. Jo Rose of JoRose.com, numerologist and energy forecaster. In this video, I want to share with you the numerology forecast for May 2021. But before we get into May, let's take a quick recap on what 2021 has in store for us. It's the 5 energy. How do I know this? By adding together and reducing down all the digits of the current year. 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 1 equals 5. So in brief, a quick recap would be the energy of change, resilience, resourcefulness, being highly adaptable, courageous, adventurous. It's the number of taking risks, but it's also the number of freedom. The flip side to this energy is it can be scattered, inconsistent, irresponsible, unreliable, intolerant, disruptive, and non-committed. It's the total opposite of what we had in 2020. To understand more about the energy of 2021, do go and take a look at the link for my video below. The lesson I'm suggesting regarding the 5 energy for this month is to ask yourself, am I experiencing life and communicating what I learn? It's time to stop sitting on the fence. It's time to stop suppressing your words, your passion, your dreams. It's time to open up. So make this month a month where you take action to do something outside your comfort zone, something a little bit different, and then share what you've learned. It doesn't matter how small or large it is, but note your progress along the way. So what energy does May have for us? May is the 5th month, and we add that 5 to the 5 of the current year. So 5 plus 5 is 10, 1 plus 0 is 1. So we're looking at a 1 energy, but quite an intense 1 energy because we have a 0 there. The 1 is about independence, being a pioneer, very courageous. It's the trendsetter, on trend, on point, or current trend number. It's about being a leader or leading. It's about lead. So where can you be doing that in your life? The flip side of this is about impatience, being aggressive or finding aggression, controlling, insecurity, opinionated, and self-centered. We do need to think about the self first, and only when we are strong and grounded in the self are we able to truly think about others. Nobody can love us unless we love ourselves. Nobody can believe in us unless we believe in ourselves. The lesson I'm suggesting regarding the 1 for this month is to walk the path less travelled. Note that the old ways are not working and lead to better ways, ways that are going to enhance your life, your well-being, your happiness and your freedom, and that of those around you. So let's look at how the 5 and the 1 play out together. Both 5 and the 1 are about change. The 5 is about reviewing, taking stock, and then flipping everything 180 degrees. Go left instead of right, go up instead of down, go forward instead of back. If you've been doing something consistently and you feel like you're stuck or not getting anywhere, what would be the flip side of what you're doing? Have a go and then just review the change. 1 energy is also a change number, but it's about doing things a new way, finding new beginnings. Now, April was a 9 energy. It was about releasing, letting go, and trusting Christ's consciousness. By doing this, you are transforming and returning to source energy. In the Bible, it says, take no thought for thyself. It's taken me quite a long time to grasp what this means. Take no thought for thyself. I mean, I'm telling you to take thought for yourself, and totally, yes, that is true. However, when you really ground yourself, When you connect to source, when you're feeling very spiritual, open, intuitive, you will learn to trust in the source energy, in what the universe is delivering, what God is delivering. And that's when you take no thought for thyself. You allow it to be channeled through you. When it was about the channeling through me. It enabled me to understand why I needed to let go of my ego, why I needed to get outside my own way. And that is the same for you. That is what I'm suggesting right now, is you learn this month to take no thought for thyself and allow it to channel through. What is this year about? Is it about war and disruption? Is it about giving up our freedom? We do need to turn this chaos into some kind of order, but it needs to be in an order that is natural with nature, natural with source energy, natural with the flow and energy of the numbers. Tesla said if you understood energy, vibration and frequency, you knew how to steer through the universe. You have the clue to how it all works. And that's what I'm suggesting here. Now, the one energy, it's time for new ideas, new ways. But first you must know what you desire, what the outcome is that you desire, and then work backwards. There is an agenda playing out right now, and I don't know where you are, but if you're watching my videos, the chances are that you're an awakened being, maybe just or maybe further along the way. There is a massive spiritual war going on right now. Dark versus light, good versus evil. If you're spiritual and you're connected to source energy, then you are looking for the light. What the system is doing right now is having us head to the dark. I've watched many videos over the last year and a half. Probably that's why I've been lost and not spending time creating my own videos. I wanted to understand what was really going on and not understand, be under the system. I needed to go back to my roots. I needed to ground myself. And having moved here, I spend most of my time just absorbing that view behind me. Being out in the garden, being out in nature, walking along the beach has made me feel alive in a time when my whole body was constricting and getting tight, and I found it so hard to move forward. I want to thank everybody for the kind messages you've given me over the last year. And every time I feel like giving up and I see the messages, they keep reminding me to find the time, to find the connection again with doing my videos. I want to thank Vera, I wrote her name here because it's a long name. I want to thank Vera Mascarenas, I may have that wrong, for offering me a connection with her for metaphysical healing. Perhaps I should have reached out because I hadn't got there at the end of last month. I am getting there, and I've got more movement and less restrictions going on in my world and in my body. I've learned that the only way we can heal the physical, mental, emotional is to connect to our spiritual. That is what is being suppressed right now with the agenda. You only need to go online and look up New World Order, Agenda 21, Agenda 2030, the Great Reset, the Fourth Revolution. That's not what we want as humans. Christ consciousness. We want the Garden of Eden. We want the world to be a better place. Well, that might be all fantasy and up there in my head, but I actually believe that when we understand the gift of nature, when we understand the gift of relationships, when we understand the gifts of our challenges, we get to see without judgment. And then it just opens us up beyond what you can even think. I remember using my focus to find this home, and I can't be happier than I am here in this home. Well, I probably could. I mean, I loved my last home, but I'm just saying it's about letting go and trusting that things will work, but not letting go and taking no action. You need to know what's going on. You need to know what's working and what's not working. So I'm saying use this 5 and 1 energy to firstly focus on what you desire your outcome to be. Make notes of what feels right, what does not feel right, and look to do the opposite. New things. You're going to step outside. I often say comfort zone, but I've heard it called the known zone. Step outside your known zone and know your inner power. So much change is taking place this year. Is it for good or is it for evil? What side of the fence are you on? It's time now to make that decision. Get off the fence and find your ground, find your tribe, find your message, believe in you, connect to source, and start creating the trends that you need. What have you learned in the last year, year and a half, or year and a quarter, whatever it is? What have you learned? Changes in how we work, working from home, working from the office. What works for you? What serves you? What do you miss from the office? What do you enjoy about being at home? How do you get a balance? What about your diet? Look at the changes you may have made in your diet or that you need to make in your diet. Does your food enhance you or tire you? A good immune system is what's needed to fight any virus. And there is an amazing video out there with L.Y.F.E and a bag of rice. If I can, I'm going to leave a link so that you can go and watch this, because when you can understand that we're focused on one virus, when there are trillions of viruses, trillions of bacteria bombarding and within our body every day, you'll realize that perhaps it's all got a bit out of control for one virus. And out of control or into control, you've got to look at both sides of everything. So your well-being is about being well. Your immune system has served humans for thousands of years. Go back and trust this. Remember, take no thought for thyself. Trust in your connection with source. Trust in God. Trust in Creator. Trust in the energy that you can get through this. The jab most likely is not the answer, and if you do your research like I have, it's going to bring up so much more challenges for us to deal with. Is it the one world order, mass awakening? Which way are you going? Either way, they're both going to take place because we need a new way of living, but we need to connect spiritually again. The one energy. So humanity needs leaders, and the one energy enhances leadership, and the 5 inspires communication. Create podcasts, create lives, create videos, create online discussions, create something within your family or your community. Now, if you're like me, a lot of your family are not on your wavelength, then you've got to go out and find your own tribe so that you can still connect with your family and find new ways to walk your talk, because it's really about walking your talk. I think I said the lesson for the one energy in this video was about walking the path less travelled and then sharing it with others, and that is literally walking your talk. In the UK, who knows if they've got them around the world, we have a stand in the park communities set up all up and down the country. I've started to attend them and it's great. The things I find out about technology, about medicinal CBD oil, about communities, co-ops, food and farming, organic, homeschooling, law, and legalese. So find groups where you can get out. You need to start making some changes and maybe set up some new groups. Connect to new communities. It's time to question everything, and both the 5 and the 1 do not like to be controlled or confined. So this energy, there is going to be either your governments, global organizations looking to control and confine, and you may fall into it because you think it's an easier life, short term, but long term, no. Long term, you need to be focusing on freedom. So how can you be less controlled and confined and find a way to navigate through this system? The UK lockdowns are lifting gradually, but be careful of pitfalls, false paths. Why are they doing certain things? We had a test run up in Liverpool for a club environment where university students got out there and had an opportunity to party all night. They had to be swabbed and they had to have a negative reading. Do your research on the swabs. Do your research on positive and negative readings. What may have happened in that environment? And I don't say this to scare you, but I say this to make you informed. You must question everything as we move forward. If you want to save yourself, save the future generation, and save humanity, we really are on the cusp of something massive, a biblical event. It's time to know and own you. Be strong in your ideas and your message, your projects. You could feel alone and abandoned this month with the energy that's playing out. You need to question yourself here. Do the inner work and find out why and by whom. Could it be yourself? Could it be your family? Could it be your colleagues, your friends? Could it be your government? Could it be the world organizations? What's their agenda? How does it align with you? What's your agenda? Are you aligning with your own agenda? If you're focusing on freedom, you must be thinking long term. Free speech, free choice, free life. Yes, we do need boundaries and order, because chaos is just going to be all over the place. But we need it to work for the masses, the 99%, and not just the 1%. Discover your answers. Use your intuition. Intuition is inner tuition. So you've got to go inside. It's not about listening and reading and following the narrative of everyone else. Yes, do that, but find yourself on other viewpoints to compare and find what feels right. I use kinesiology to find out what feels right with me. It's the best way to check in. And now I find it so much easier to make a decision. I also very much connect with the energy and how I feel, and that's how I play. Why have I been struggling to create my videos? I'm in a 9 personal year. It's about letting go. What am I letting go on? Certainly been letting go of my ego, and that's what I want people to consider in this month, because this is the 1 energy and the 5 are very ego driven. The 2 of the millennium, the 2000s we're in, is really about harmony and support of others. There isn't room for ego at all. You need to connect with your inner self, your higher self, the child self, source, to find out the answers that will help us move forward as conscious human beings. Connecting with your inner tuition will help you gain clarity and strength. It's time to step up and step forward. Your life, our life, humanity's life depends on this. This year is about disruption and freedom. This month is about leading the way and communicating the way. What can you do? Leave a message in the link below. Do you have a podcast? Do you have your own channel? Do you have a blog? Do you share on your Facebook? What communities are you in, and how are you coming together with all this wonderful energy to help make our world a better place, to help serve the future of humanity? Know your weak points and make the changes. You need to be strong to get through this year. So I'm going to give you some things to think about here. Your beliefs, do they serve you? If they do, strengthen them. If they don't, lose them. You need to focus on what is going to empower, uplift, and inspire you to be the great being that you truly are. Does your diet give you energy or deplete you? I've been reading a lot about the diet and the Bible and how we can elevate to 5D. I've also been doing some deep, dark research, and the eating of animals is about the eating of blood. And we're not meant to eat blood. Find a diet that serves you, that isn't filled with dead food, that's raw and fresh and vibrant. Think about rainbow colours on your plate. Does your career work for you or against you? Is it morally in alignment? We hear whistleblowers now in various industries coming forward and speaking out. We hear about the Freedom Alliance. We hear about the new nurse, I don't know whether it's an alliance or a body that's being set up here in the UK. I'm not sure if there's one being set up globally. The Freedom Alliance movement for travel, for health, for well-being, different systems are being set up by the whistleblowers, by those that are being censored, those that are stepping up because morally they cannot stand back now and be a part of this old regime that is pulling us down. People can see what's going on. People are speaking out and they are being blocked. Here in the UK on the 24th of April was a march where near on 1 million people marched. Maybe I should say hundreds of thousands because I've been checked by saying near on 1 million. But it was not broadcast here on the mainstream media. We could find it in Australia, we could find it in Russia, but not here. And if that's not being spoke about, what else is not being spoke about? Time to make big changes. Turn off the TV. Turn off your normal way you get information. And even on the normal ways, go dig deeper in the government and the world websites because the information is there. It's the media that is not telling us, or the press releases from the governments. Look at alternatives. You know, alternatives were around before the current forms of doing things. They're not alternatives. They were actually the more traditional. This is a turning point in life, in human existence. It is a time to transform. It is a time to let go of the ego. I know the ego is going to come out this month, and this is why you may feel alone. But stand back. We do not want confrontation. We do not want aggressive disruption. The true energy of this millennium is feminine, harmonious, caring, connective, and supportive. They are using the care industry to get us. The hospitals, the doctors, the nurses, the pharmaceuticals. That's being used wrong. It's not soldiers with guns anymore. It's medics with syringes. So ask yourself now, what kind of world do you want to live in? Use that one energy for new beginnings, new trends, new projects, new allegiance, new alliance. And use the 5 energy to disrupt the old, to find your voice, to speak up and speak out. For you, your family, and the future of humanity. Thank you for giving me the time and watching my video. Thank you for all of the comments you ever leave. I really do hope I can find a way in my 9 personal year to reconnect with my videos. I fell into numerology because I didn't understand so many things, and numerology has taught me so much about energy, vibration and frequency. I get challenged with the Gemantra and the dark side of numerology. They look for patterns and programming. I don't understand that, and so I have had conflicts going on. I fell into numerology because I didn't trust God, Creator, Source, or my own intuition. I so wanted to fit in and belong, and I'm sure that's what most people want to do. It's not the time to fit in and belong right now. It is the time to step up, stand out, speak up and speak out. Use this one energy to make a new you and a new trend, and use this 5 to communicate. If you've liked this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you've not yet subscribed, please do, and push that bell for notifications. And please share my videos. While I've been low, it's been your comments that have kept me going. While I've been sick and struggling and can't do certain things, it's knowing that I am making a difference. So please spread my message, spread your message, share your links below. I'd love to hear from you. And hopefully I will get through this, and I will have a new series or finish my old series. I'm not sure whether the personal years will be done in the 12-month format. I may make them as just a personal year. I did make some, so I'm torn between the ones I've already made and the ones I haven't. But I couldn't put half of them up without having the rest of them there. So please be patient with me. That's very much a 2 energy of what we've got for the millennium, and we got 2 2s in 2021. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you in my next video. And remember, it's your life. L.Y.F.E. Love yourself first every day. And when you do that, it will help you shine bigger, bolder, brighter and better. And when you do that, you will become the inspiration for others to stand up and step into their own true powers. Take care.